This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris. Welcome to Come for Tea.
Welsh Rarebit is a dish that was being served in 18th century Wales, and it's traditionally a cheese sauce poured over bread. Well, I wanted to make it where we could have it with afternoon tea, so I've made Welsh Rarebit toasts. Now we're first going to start by getting 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, and we're going to put that in a medium-sized bowl along with 1 tablespoon of softened butter, and I'm going to use a fork and I'm going to kind of mash that butter into the grated cheese. Then I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of mustard powder and then a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Now the next ingredient may seem a little unusual, but it's beer. And of course, because this is a Welsh dish, I'm using Guinness, and I'm going to pour out 2 tablespoons. Now if you don't have Guinness, you can use any other kind of beer you have, or you could substitute milk. But the beer really adds an authentic flavor to this Welsh Rarebit. Now at this point, it's important that we use our fork to really mix those ingredients up well. You know, I mentioned that Welsh Rarebit is traditionally a sauce. Well, I'm going to be making it into a paste. So you'll notice here that it's very dry, and I just want to make sure that all of those flavors are well combined. And now the next thing we need to do is get a baking sheet and put 3 or 4 slices of bread on top. Now, whether you use 3 or 4 depends on the size of your bread. This is actually a fairly large slice of bread, so I'm just going to be using 3 slices. And I'm just going to take that cheese paste and I'm going to spread it all the way over the top of each slice of this bread. Now, you'll notice I don't have a parchment sheet down underneath this, and the reason is we're going to be putting that under the broiler. And when we broil something, we don't want to use parchment because it could catch on fire. Now that our toasts are all put together, now we need to preheat our broiler, which is the top element on our oven. And we're going to raise the rack up and we're going to pop those under there until they get nice and brown and bubbly. Now this is only going to take a few minutes, so you're going to want to stay with this. But when you initially put them in, they're going to look kind of like this. And after a minute, they're going to start to melt. But that's not quite done enough. We want them to start bubbling and actually start to brown. Then we bring them out. There's something about browning the cheese that really intensifies the flavor and makes it just fantastic. Now you're going to want to immediately get those off the baking sheet because we want to serve these warm. And I put them onto a cutting board. And then I take a large knife and I just slice these into some fingers. For this size bread, I'm actually able to get 3 fingers, but you judge with your slice of bread which works best. Now, just as a note, you can go ahead and make these in advance and just pop them under the broiler at the last minute, but you do want to make sure and serve them warm. Hey, big news! I've been nominated for a Tasty Award honoring the best in food and fashion programming. And I've been nominated for Best Home Chef in a Series for my Farmers Market Gourmet show. Now, this award has a viewer's choice portion, so if you'd like to vote, just go to our website and go to the Come for Tea homepage, and I'll have an icon that will take you right to the Tasty Awards voting page. Now, voting does end on January 5th. Well, if you're looking for something really unique to serve at your next afternoon tea, try these Welsh Rarebit toasts. They have fantastic flavor and they'll be a real treat for your guests.
For more information on this episode, go to our website and visit the Come for Tea show notes. Also, if you have any questions or ideas, send us an email. Thanks for watching. It's time for tea.